Okay, so I've actually got some extra Facebook questions that I need to answer too. So I'm going to try and break this video up into a few parts somehow when I've uploaded it, because it's going to be like an hour of questions otherwise. Okay, so Sarah, Harry Draco Girl, has another question. If you could import one product available in the US or Canada, what would it be? And what is the one product that we have here that you think our overseas people would enjoy? Two things. Well, I'm not sure if you mean like weight loss surgery related products or just in general. So weight loss surgery related products from America would definitely be Perky Jerky and Fit Frappe. They're awesome and they're hard to get over here. You've got to sort of order them directly from overseas. But if it's non-weight loss surgery related, definitely cinnamon sugar vodka. That stuff's really good. I would be an alcoholic if I lived in America, because the selection of flavoured beverages they have over there is just mind-boggling. And yeah, the one thing that we should that they should have over there that we have, more of Will actually already answered this for me. Tim Tams. You definitely got to have Tim Tams, people. If you haven't tried them, you're missing out. Susie Mazzini, Optimistic Susie. So she said, I always have really heavy questions, but that's because I overthink things. Do you feel like the sleeve is almost like a medically condoned eating disorder? I mean, pre-sleeve, if you ate that little and those few calories, you would be deemed anorexic. Does it mess with your mind that for years we have always been taught to have a healthy, balanced diet, and then the sleeve comes along and all of a sudden it is not only okay, but encouraged to eat tiny amounts, mostly protein, and skipping meals is good? I have nothing against the sleeve, obviously, because it works, and I am doing it too. But it just messes with my mind after the years of opposite advice on regular diets. Such a great conversation could be had about that. Probably like more than I could even go into and do it justice in this video. But yeah, I can totally understand where that's coming from. But I do, the main thing I'm going to say about that is that I think genetically my body is programmed to be able to survive on very little calories. You know, I believe in natural selection and all that kind of stuff. So I think there's people out there who need a lot of energy to survive, and people out there who, in times of famine, are just designed to be able to survive. And that's sort of to ensure survival of the population. So I think really the sleeve is kind of like a, Fat King's Phil has said this before, it's like using surgery to make your stomach match your metabolism. So while I can kind of see that point, I disagree with like the skipping meals thing. I definitely don't think you should skip meals, but just having smaller meals that are low calorie. I think if genetically that keeps you at a healthy weight, then I think that's okay. But I think if you were eating in that behaviour and it was putting you in like an underweight BMI range, then I would probably consider that to be more of an eating disorder. Jennifer Bleacher, do you have any regrets when it comes to having weight loss surgery? Anything you would have done differently? No, I think I already answered that. No, definitely no regrets. Nicole Orange, what would be the worst part or thing that has happened to you since being sleeved? Probably the worst part or the worst thing I'd have to say the separation with my husband, but it's not really a weight loss related thing. It is in the sense that the weight loss and the surgery sort of made me reevaluate a lot of things in my life, but it's not sort of directly related to it, but that's probably, the hardest thing that I've been through in this journey. Another one from Sarah Harry Draco Girl. Do your little ones have any opinions or thoughts on what mummy eats now? How do you plan on keeping their body image healthy? I know they might be a bit young now, but I mean as they get older. They do have some opinions. Penny, my 3-year-old, she's sort of said to me, oh, mummy's getting littler and things like that. But I think that's possibly more from like what she's heard other people say rather than that she's actually noticed that I'm getting smaller. they don't really notice the food side of things, except I think they're kind of used to me not regularly eating dinner with them anymore, and they're so self-absorbed they don't really pay attention to what I'm doing. Their body image is something I'm really conscious about, and yeah, we'll be really doing a lot of reading about that, about how to build them up to be confident women in ways that isn't related to how they look. So yeah, I'm certainly mindful of it, but I haven't really made any firm decisions on that at this point. Will Spano, more of Will, says, what is the one piece of advice that you give others but have the hardest time accepting yourself? Which is a very good question. I think two things. One is not comparing your journey to other people's, which I tell everybody, but then I have a habit of doing myself. And the other would be not worrying about what other people think of you or how other people are judging you. I tell everybody that, and I don't. It's something I still struggle with. Shell Bell, VSG, has there been a moment yet where you realised everything no longer has to revolve around your sleeve and you don't have to always be thinking about it? As someone not even a month out, it's obviously a huge focus of my life and everything is revolving around it. Was it just a natural progression where one day you realised, oh, this is just how life is now? Also, what do you think your favourite NSV has been thus far? Yeah, it definitely, like the first 3 months, you're so obsessed with what you're eating and, you know, the purees and the liquids and the protein and all that sort of stuff. And it does definitely settle down. I think probably at around like 4 or 5 months, you just kind of, it's like the new normal. So, yeah, I know it feels a bit overwhelming at times at the moment, but that will change. Round Man disappears. Chad, he says, do you spend more time thinking about food now versus your pre-op days? No, I think I think about food less. I used to think about food a lot. I still do think about food, but I don't... yeah, it's just not the same. I went through a phase where I was really uninterested in food, probably like 3 or 4 months post-op. It is kind of, you do kind of get into a bit of a food rut. But yeah, I don't think about food as much as I used to at all. Yeah, that's really changed, so that's good. Phil, Fat Kings Phil, have you noticed a change in the quality of your sleep since you've lost weight? Yes. I think that I definitely sleep more soundly now, but I think that possibly has to do with the fact that I'm sleeping alone now, so I'm not sort of being disturbed by somebody else moving around in the bed. I didn't have sleep apnea or anything like that, so there's no change there. And Kim Cole, or Kimmy's VSG, what was your most embarrassing moment since weight loss on a scale of 1 to 10? How much do you like looking at yourself in the mirror or in pics now as compared to before surgery? On a scale of 1 to 10, I used to hate looking at myself in the mirror. Now I mean, I'm kind of obsessed with looking at myself in the mirror. I don't necessarily love what I see, but it's more like a curiosity at how things are changing and excitement, I guess, at how different things are now. And yeah, and sometimes it is. Yeah, I am happy with what I see. So that's a big change. Most embarrassing moment since weight loss surgery. I don't know. I can't think of any right now. Oh no, I can. It was just friends of the family, like friends of mum and dad's. This guy, he saw me and I hadn't seen me since I lost weight, and he was just made this massive over the top big deal about how good I looked and was all over me, and yeah, it was supremely embarrassing, made me feel really uncomfortable. yeah, that would have to be it. Okay, I think I've finally got everyone. Sorry if I missed your question for whatever reason, but I think we can all agree I've talked on long enough and my voice is probably not capable of doing any more anyway. Okay, have a wonderful weekend, guys. Bye.